Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to Q Talks. So this is gonna be my first video. I did post a few other videos, but those are just, like 1 minute clips where I talk about what I'm going to be talking about. This is where I'm gonna be talking. So what I'll be talking about is sales. Um, I want to be a salesperson, right? I gotta learn how to be a good salesperson. And the first way to do that, the first step to take is to be a good communicator. So I'm hoping to learn how to be a better communicator by filming these videos and talking with you guys. So if you have anything that you think is you know, not the right way of doing things, if you think that I'm doing something that is wrong, if you think that what I'm saying isn't true, if there's something you want to criticize me about, that's okay. Go and do that. If you either want to type it down below or give me a private message, I don't care, just do it. And I'll appreciate that, okay? This is why I'm doing this for me and for you guys as well, but this is mostly for me, okay? So what I'll be talking about is sales, and I'm not a salesperson, so how can I teach you guys about sales? Well, I'll teach you through this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Guys, the only book you need to lead you to success. He believes that, and I believe that as well because I've read this book. And if you just learn this book properly, you'll go a long way. I'm not telling you you'll be a millionaire. There's other things that affect that, but just learning this book will get you a long way in life. And I think everyone should at least know about this book. You don't need to read it because I'll be talking about it. I'll be going through every chapter, principle in this book. So just listen, man. Just listen to what I have to say, and you'll go a long way in this book, okay? So I know some of you guys don't like reading, but you know what? At least you can focus. If you can focus, that's a great thing because then you can listen to my video. If you don't, I don't care. Just click off the video, but this is what I'll be talking about, okay? So let's get to it. Alright guys, so this is my first point. Let me put it up for you guys a little bit so you can see as well. You might not be able to, but I'll read it for you, so don't worry. So first point is to not criticize, condemn, or complain. This is the first principle, by the way, okay? So what do they mean by that? How do you think how is not criticizing someone comparable to sales? We're talking about sales, not fucking criticizing people. Well, guys, a big part about sales is communication and relationships with other people, right? This skill is going to give you better relationships with other people and it's going to give you less enemies. So, why? Think about it. Criminals, Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Or my example is Two Gun Crowley, which was the guy who killed a cop who, when he was like stopping him for speeding or something, he killed the cop. And there was this big raid at his house where he got a bunch of different policemen just shooting at him, right? And basically, this guy, Two Gun Crowley, this mass murderer of cops, did not think that he did the wrong thing. The wrong thing. Okay? He thinks that the thing he did was the right thing to do and that he is a good person. So if these criminals don't blame themselves, what about these people you come in contact with? These people, your family members, your coworkers, your friends. How do you think when you criticize them, what makes you think they'll actually listen to you and be like, oh, yeah, he's right? No, what he'll do is believe that what they did was the right thing and that you're being an idiot for telling them how to do things. So never criticize, condemn, or complain about someone, okay? Criticism is futile. It puts the person on the defensive and makes him strive to defend himself. It arouses resentment. Guys, they'll resent you if you do this, okay? You don't want that in a relationship with someone else if you're trying to be on good terms with them. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. So you might think, what the fuck am I talking about? Well, I'm saying if you're complaining about what someone else is doing, but you're doing something that shouldn't be done, why are you complaining? Let's say, let me give an example. Let's say you go to the gym. All right, good thing. You go to the gym, but you go 3 hours a day, and then you're sitting here complaining about people who sit in bed all day. But you know what? In their bed, they read a book, they study something, whatever. You know, you could go and criticize them for doing this for 3 hours a day on their beds, but they can criticize you as well for being at the gym for 3 hours, because realistically, you don't need to be at the gym for 3 hours, right? You could be doing other things. You could be learning new skills. So, yeah, when you're complaining about someone else, the chances are they can complain about you as well, but they choose not to. So let's not do that, okay? Let's learn to appreciate people. That goes a much longer way, and I'll be talking about that in my second part, my second principle. So, humans are creatures of emotions, not logic, right? We don't think of logic when I think about how I feel, not about how I should feel. Okay? You feel what you feel. You can't really control it sometimes, right? So this is the book, not a book, a poem. Father Forgets. W. Livingston Larned is the author of this poem, and I'll be talking about this poem. I'll be reading it in my next couple minutes. Okay, just stay tuned. I'll be reading it on the book. So, to know all is to forgive all. Okay, guys, instead of complaining, try and understand where they're coming from and understand why they believe a certain thing, right? You know, humans are humans. We're all smart. We all have a reason for believing what we believe. So let's not judge people for what they believe. Alright, guys, so I'll be reading this poem right now. Like I said, Father Forgets by W. Livingston Larned. So it'll take a while, so just listen, okay? It's a little corny, but just listen. Okay. Listen, son. I am saying this to you as you lie asleep. One little paw crumbled under your cheek, and the blonde curls stickily wet on your damp forehead. I have stolen into your room alone just a few minutes ago. As I sat reading my paper in the library, a stifling wave of remorse swept over me. Guiltily, I came to your bedside. There are the things I was thinking, son. I had been cross to you. I scolded you as you were dressing for school because you gave your face merely a dab with a towel. I took you to task for not cleaning your shoes. I called out angrily when you threw some of your things on the floor. At breakfast, I found fault too. You spilled things. You gulped down your food. You put your elbows on the table. You spread butter too thick on your bread. And you started off to play. And I made for my train. You turned and waved a hand and called, "Goodbye, Daddy." And I frowned and said in reply, "Hold your shoulders back." Then it began all over again in the late afternoon. As I came up the road, I spied you, down on your knees, playing marbles. There were holes in your stockings. I humiliated you before your boyfriends by marching you ahead of me to the house. Stockings were expensive, and if you had to buy them, you would be more careful. Imagine that, son, from a father. Do you remember later, when I was reading in the library, how you came in timidly, with a sort of hurt look in your eyes? When I glanced up over my paper, impatient at the interruption, you hesitated at the door. "What is it you want?" I snapped. You said nothing, but ran across in one tempestuous plunge and threw your arms around my neck and kissed me. And your small arms tightened with an affection that God had set blooming in your heart, and which even neglect could not wither. And then you were gone, pattering up the stairs, Well, son, it was shortly afterwards that my paper slipped from my hands and a terrible, sickening fear came over me. What has habit been doing to me? The habit of finding fault, of reprimanding. This is my reward to you for being a boy. It was not that I did not love you, it was that I expected too much of youth. I was measuring you by the yardstick of my own years. And guys, this is a really important thing. I was measuring you by the yardstick of my own years. You know, they've been through different things, a son and a dad. You can't expect the son to think like they dad because they've been through different things at different times. The son's a son, the dad's a dad. Back to the quote or the poem. And there was so much that was good and fine and true in your character. The little heart of you was as big as the dawn itself over the white hills. This was shown by your spontaneous impulse to rush in and kiss me goodnight. Nothing else matters tonight, son. I have come to your bedside in the darkness, and I have knelt there, ashamed. It is a feeble atonement. I know you would not understand these things if I told them to you during your walking hours, but tomorrow I will be a real daddy. I will chum with you and suffer when you suffer and laugh when you laugh. I will bite my tongue when impatient words come. I will keep saying as if it were a ritual, he is nothing but a boy, a little boy. I am afraid I have visualized you as a man. Yet, as I see you now, son, crumpled and weary in your cot, I see that you are still a baby. Yesterday, you were in your mother's arms, your head on her shoulder. I have asked too much. And that's the poem. If you stuck around for that poem, then good for you. You're able to focus. So instead of condemning people, let's try to understand them, right? That's my solution. Understanding why someone is doing something, okay? There's always a reason for what we do. And condemning them for doing that thing is not the way to fix their supposed issues, you know? Out of the book now. So yeah, really trying to understand why someone is doing the things that they do is the way to then try and fix these things if you don't want them to do it anymore. But criticizing them for it, condemning them, complaining about it is not the way to go about it, okay? They might stop, but it'll only cause resentment. If you want someone to stop something that you don't want them to do, simply try and understand things from their point of views, because just like us, they're humans who have their own set of beliefs, okay? And they're smart humans. Everyone's smart. Everyone has a reason to do what they do. Like I said, these murderers, these killers, had their reasoning to do what they did. I'm not telling you to go reason with them. I'm just telling you that if they believe what they did is right, then these people you talk to on a day-to-day basis are for sure going to think that they're doing the right thing as well. So this is it for my first principle. On to the next one. Alright guys, so this is the principle number 2, which is to give honest and sincere appreciation. So sales, right? Why do you need honest and sincere appreciation for sales? Well, this is not really directly connected with sales, but is directed with communication and relationships with other people, which is a big part of sales. So it's like a two-step factor authentication. So the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important, all right? So we all want to be important. We all want to feel appreciated for the things that we do, right? No matter who you are, in some way or form, you'll want to feel that. Let's say you just live by yourself all the time and you work hard for other people, you do different things, you work 8 hours a day, and your boss never gives you appreciation for what you do, you're gonna be upset. If your boss tells you, oh, you did a good job today, good boy, no matter how he says it, you'll be a little happy in some way, okay? So that brings me to that point. Make sure to give people honest and sincere appreciation, okay? Um, the longing to be appreciated. The rare individual who honestly one more time. The rare individual who honestly satisfies this heart hunger will hold people in the palm of his or her hand. Guys, all you gotta do is give people appreciation for what they do. If you see someone that's working hard in life, you go tell them that, okay? You might think, oh, they know they're working hard. Okay, I'm sure they know as well, but they want to know that they're appreciated and that people really think about the hard work that they put in their day-to-day lives. Okay, if someone's doing a good job, you go tell them that. Charles Schwab. So this guy, he's old, like he's dead now, but he's one of the first people in American business to be paid over $1 million. $1 million is a lot today, but 100 years ago, that was a lot. So, what did he say? He said, I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among my people to be the greatest asset that I possess. And the way to develop that in a person is by appreciation and encouragement. Guys, this guy, millionaire, first to be a millionaire, business person, he was not the smartest guy. He was not the guy who knew the most about his product. The thing that he knew is how to arouse enthusiasm in other people. How did he do it? Sincere appreciation. It goes a long way and is one of the main skills that you need for sales, okay? Be anxious to praise, but loath to find fault, okay? Hate finding fault. Love praising people, okay? Back to my first principle, okay? Don't criticize, don't condemn. Do not find fault in other people, but appreciate, okay? That'll take you a long way and a much better way as well. Once I did bad, and that I heard ever. Twice I did good, but that I heard never. You know, a lot of times we'll do something good, and no one will ever tell us that we do that good thing. But every time we do something bad, we'll know about it by other people, whether that's a coworker, a friend, a family member, whatever. Being appreciated goes a long way, and it is a much better way to keep doing good things. You know what they say about animals? Animals learn better when they are appreciated for their good behavior compared to when they're reprimanded for the bad behavior. And the same goes to humans as well. So appreciate, but don't flatter, okay? Anyone can flatter. I can always tell someone, oh, you look good today. Oh, I see you doing this and that. Oh, whatever. You know what flattery is. Anyone can do it. Appreciation is different. You have to really look at what a person's doing, okay, for once in your life. Stop thinking about yourself and think about that other person, about what they're doing and the hard work they're putting in. And learn to find their good skills, their good actions and all of that, okay? And you'll find that it goes a long way. Let's say someone did that to you, how would you feel? So keep doing it and you'll go a long way. On to my third point. Alright guys, now we're on to the last principle of the first section, which is to arouse in the other person an eager want. An eager want. So let me put this into perspective, alright? Personally, I am very fond of strawberries and cream, but I have found that for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. So when I go fishing, I do not give them strawberries and cream. I give them worms. So we apply that when we go fishing, but how about we apply that and use that same common sense when fishing for people, real human beings? Alright, so this principle in the book was pretty long, but it's pretty simple, and that's all I really need to write, okay? Because, guys, people are interested in what they want, okay? When you want something from someone else, and let me sit down, okay? I'll sit down really quick. Okay. We are interested in what we want, right? Sorry. So, when you ask someone for a favor, don't begin by asking for what you want. When you do that favor, or let's not even think about favor, let's think about sales, right? Let's get back to the topic of sales, okay? This is sales we're talking about. We're talking about selling a product to someone else and making them buy it off of you. So when you think about sales, you don't start by asking them what you want. You don't start by telling them, oh, hey, give me this because I want it, right? You say, give me this because you want it. And basically, to do that, you start off your wording by explaining things in a way that they'll be interested. Okay? Let's say I come to you, okay? I want to sell you some shoes. Okay? I don't start off by saying, "Hey, I need the money. Give me like buy these shoes off of me, okay? And it'll give me a great life." No, you tell them, "Hey, buy these shoes, and if you buy these shoes, you'll be able to look fly as shit. You'll look like a great fucking guy. And whatever, you'll be able to run faster. You'll be able to pick up chicks, whatever you want it to be." Okay? But basically, when you tell them something, like, always start off by what they want. Because truthfully, they don't care about what you want. When I'm doing these videos, I don't care about what you want. I care about what I want. Okay? And the same thing applies to everyone. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to watch it. It's not because I'm asking you to watch it. Maybe I did ask you to watch it, but like you keep watching it because you want to watch it, okay? So this is the third principle, and it's really simple, okay? Let me just make sure I didn't miss a part of it. I'll go through this chapter really quick for you guys. Yeah, no, I talked about everything. This is basically it's so simple, guys. It's a long chapter, but it's so simple. Arouse in the other person an eager want. When you ask someone for a favor, when you want to sell someone something, don't ask them about what you want. Tell them what they want, and then how that'll benefit them if they buy your product. Okay, this is simple. So I think you guys are smart enough to understand this subject, this topic. And yeah, okay, so we're good for that. These are my three first principles for the first section. Alright, so I hope you guys stay tuned for the next section. But yeah, man, this is everything that you need to know about the fundamental techniques in handling people. There's 3 steps, but keep watching my next video because my next video will keep teaching you guys other things and better things as well. you know, after I read these three principles, I was like, okay, like, what else do I need to learn? This is everything I need to be able to do sales good. Cause like, just knowing these things, I'll be good in sales. But no, guys, this fucking book, guys, it teaches you a lot more than just that. I love to talk about it now, but your boy's getting tired. You know, Q talks can't talk all the time. So it's time for me to go to bed. But yeah, I hope you guys watched the whole video. I hope you guys are listening. And to help you listen, I put in captions into my video so you don't have to focus as much on what I'm saying, but you can read you can read. And if you're here right now, if you're watching this video right now and you stuck through the whole video, then I really appreciate you. Okay? I appreciate you. Like I said, principle number 2, appreciation, okay? I show that. I love you guys. So thank you for watching my video. I appreciate that, okay? But yeah, have a good night, guys, or I don't know when I'll be posting this, but have a good time with whatever you do. I'll be back for my next video on section 2. And section 2, it talks about, I'll just tell you guys right now so you know what to look forward to. 6 ways to make people like you. Who wouldn't want to know how to do that, right? Do you want to know how to make someone like you? I do. So, you stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is it for my first video. I hope you guys liked it. If you didn't, then okay. If you did like it, I hope you subscribe, give it a like. I don't really care, but yeah, just show the support, you know? All right, see you guys.